What up, though? It's your boy BLAKCINC, and this is Mo Cash Coin and Currency, where we trying to get more cash, more coins, and more currency. What kind of currency? Well, we off the crypto for a little bit, getting into the traditional markets. The week is starting up, so I'm trying to give you guys an outlook into what to expect. Some big events happening this week is definitely want to look out at the Fed, Jerome Powell. They're going to be raising interest rates. So we want to see what that number is going to be. Now they're trying to decide, do they want to go between uh, half a percentage point or 0.75? And I've even heard rumors of a full percentage point raise. So we're going to wait and see what they decide. That's got a lot of fear in the markets. You're seeing a sell off now. The stock market and crypto and most of those risk on investments have been kind of seeing a run over the last week. So that may be kind of pricing in what may be to come. So we're going to go through it. If you get a chance, blakcinc.com is the website. That's a conglomerate of all the businesses and industries that I'm involved in. Everything from retail to education to travel to finance. That's what we're in right now. Cash Coin Currency. Come to the page for more details. And moving on, we'll start with the dollar. Cash rule everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. And this is the strength of the dollar. This is the dollar index, ticker symbol DXY. And we've been charting this, and as you can see, it's just making higher highs. And we're at a critical point now to see if we're going to go to test a new high. We had a triangle down here forming that had a breakout. Then it formed a higher triangle. And what this is basically is the buyers and sellers going back and forth arguing about the value. And this midline kind of decides, if we're above this line, and we can go and argue at another level. For below this line, we'll come back and revisit this. So now, are we going to continue and argue up here? And let's draw what that would look like. And that would be beautiful if we could just magically jump into that. And I think that's what might happen. Now, if you do invest in, stock market and all those risk on assets, you might not want to see this, because strength in the dollar could mean weakening in the entire stock market overall, no matter what you're invested in. So this is a crucial point. If they hold this support, we could see another retest of this previous high, and then probably price discovery to about 111. So what would that look like? A breakout to about here. And if not, if you can't hold this support, then it will probably come down and test this, retest this green level. So that's possible for prices for the first half of the week to see a little downside, come back and retest this green level. That's the retest of this breakout. So we broke through this level, and usually price wants to come and retest that. So you might see price come and touch that green line, and then take off and look for these new higher highs. So could be looking for another couple good days for crypto and all those other assets. Moving on to the NASDAQ, speaking of those other assets, this tells a little different. This is kind of similar story. This is the daily for the NASDAQ, and you can just see a huge run up, and that's kind of in correlation with the dollar kind of having this huge drop. As the dollar has been dropping, you see the stock market has been rising. So now it's kind of what this chart says is that they're probably going to come down to retest this breakout, because they just broke out of a long resistance, a long downtrend. So after a breakout, you want to come and retest. Also with this moving average, this is the daily moving average. Price generally comes back to retest that moving average once it gets too high above it. And again, once it's too far below, it usually comes to retest that. So, this is what I'm expecting. We were really high here, had a red day on Friday. So I can just expect some continuation down to that retest levels, maybe even lower. Because again, this is a really strong level of resistance. This goes all the way back to March, and it's just been continuously rejected. And so to think that we have a breakout now, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That date is the 28th, to where they're going to have the information as far as what's going to happen with the Fed and the interest rates. So I think after that date on the 28th, the markets will kind of regain what they feel about their confidence in the market, and I think we'll be back to uptrends. But I think it is a correction due. So we'll see. Looking at the SPY, this is the overall stock market, and let me see. Overall stock market, SPY, same as the Nasdaq, kind of a, a bucket of all the stocks and kind of tracking their progress. And same thing here. We see a breakout here in consolidation. Now this is crucial. Are we going to retest and move price action up here at a higher level? Or are we going to come back and test this resistance? That's what I'm thinking. As you can see, we've had a huge correction here. And if it can't get over this midline, this green line here, then I will just expect, lower levels. Now, again, I'm skeptical about what's, actually going to happen in the market. So what I'm doing is just keeping my cash on the sidelines. If it's going to break out, I'm not going to be worried about, because we got all this room to run. If it is a true breakout. So there's going to be time, if this is a real breakout, but you don't want to jump in and then have this correction and lose all your value and probably much more. So sit and wait, kind of a waiting game, and kind of letting the big bags decide what they want to do and, follow suit. Looking at U.S. oil, another correction again. This is, after a big move, it's just cyclical. So you don't want to run in and jump in and, follow these huge waves, because here oil going back to November just had a huge run up all the way up until recently. June was the top, and now we're seeing a correction. Again, hit our target area here. I think we're gonna play in this range here. Had a top out, and you know what? Let's just delete all of this and start back from scratch, so we can show you how we cook it up, how the sausage is made. 22 drawings in the wind. So this is price discovery. When you have price discovery, that means that price has never been this high before, and the buyers and sellers are arguing back and forth about the true value. How much am I willing to pay? So what I want to do is find a range. What's the high and the low of what people are willing to pay? So that high and that low is about here. So we'll say that the market is participating within this range. And I'll go even down to say these old time highs, because you can see this was the previous high, and it had a breakout. So again, after a breakout, there's usually a retest. So I wouldn't doubt the price coming back to that box. $84 would be a huge bargain. Some clues that we may be reaching there is this head and shoulders is showing me it broke this previous low here, and now it's retesting it. So expect the bounce. I expect the bounce back up to this moving average. As you can see, when you're too far away from the moving average, there's usually coming back to it. But there's a formation called a head and shoulders that I think is just playing out. I think I just had it drawn up to where you got the shoulders, the head, and then the next shoulder, similar to the second shoulder, and then straight down and back here. And I think we could play around here and maybe get a buy-in. That's like a optimal, so it can come back to retest and then get out of this triangle. I think once it hits here, then it's just gonna do one of these. Is that so? I don't know. We'll see. Not a financial advice, not a psychic. Don't have a crystal ball, but based on my experience, and that's somewhere around. We'll see. We shall see. Moving on, last one of the day. Not even the last one. I got Tesla, and it's kind of been the hot trend. So if you've been following Tesla, you don't want to try to jump on this trend. Again, we've seen this huge breakout. It's had this huge support, and we've been watching that. We said, here in this area would be huge. If we could I thought we would get a correction to lower levels possibly. And we're not out the woods yet. We see here this breakout to this consolidation level. It didn't hold in the recent, in May. Price didn't spend much time in this area at all. It was an accumulation zone. So we did have people buy here, and now they're still underwater. So it could slow the price up, and any negative, information or sentiment in the market could send prices lower. As long as it stays above this, 732, I think price is cool. Let's delete it. We've seen all of this. I don't like to. I'm such a pack rat. I don't want to get rid of none of my history here, and it's gone. So first, what I want to do is find out, what is my trend here? How high above are we? So this could be the floor right here. Get a horizontal line. I want to find, what is the lowest the buyers are willing to let this price get before they step in and buy. So we're trying to see, is this the new ceiling or the floor? If this price gets rejected, then we could probably be coming down to, it's probably coming down to retest this moving average. So just expect a correction back down to that level. What's that level? What is that level? Tesla back down to about 726. Um, I don't know if it's gonna hold that, cause me looking at it, this is a top, and this is not a higher high. So now we've stopped this uptrend, and this is where you can see that the uptrend has been invalidated. You know, the trend is your friend until the end. Well, we see there from June 2020. That was the uptrend. And that trend was invalidated. Now, when you have a trend like that, it usually, retraces by 85. Well, I'll say 50%, just to be generous. So let's say a 50% correction would look like from this point of breakout. 50% down. Let's say 40%. 45% is what? That's 45%. So maybe that is the floor for Tesla. But it's a tech stock. In crypto, we get 85% drops after a parabola. This is a parabolic rise. So you see that, let's go down. This is a parabola. And actually, if we want to say, geez, technically, what's 50% from there? Well, I said 45%. That was pretty good. But, 45% from there. Let's go, Bitcoin goes 85%. It's not possible. But I mean, that's crypto. If this was a crypto. But it's not. So you're probably going to get like a, 45 is reasonable. Well, let's say 50. Because I'm looking at this next level, 60%. Because it's coming to test, but if that doesn't hold, then it has to come back to these lower levels here. Could we see that 450? I don't know. I'm going to draw it. You got to be bold to get the gold. I'm going to draw that bubble. When I draw it, it happens. So it's a big thing. I'm put a huge circle because if it does come here, I need a lot. Huge buy down at these levels. Tesla anywhere, 5 anything, 6 anything. I'm selling something and buying it. I see just the head and shoulders here. Same thing. Bump your head and come on down. Bring it to daddy. Now that's greedy. That's a greedy line. More likely, I'll say. A more likely scenario is price to come and test this level. Before that, this upper third. So that's why I said 6 anything is probably, this here is just like a, catastrophic news. Elon Musk going to jail. Then that would probably bring us way back down here. Elon Musk going to jail. Man, you could have actually had some Tesla for $50. Jeez. This is a tech stock. That needs a correction. There's a lot of people in profit. It's a lot of people that don't want to lose it. If there's any panic, It's gonna be a lot of people that want to cash out and see some of that, realize some of those gains. Oh, had a retest, had a retest. Say back, Casey, it's an test. Say had a retest, had a retest. It's like an IQ test. They'll be giving they bread, give it away. It's gotta stay in like a Bobby Boucher. Just take it away. Trying to take it away. All right, last one. I got Coca-Cola. Say, that's what I see, man. Say, I drew it like I knew it. Coca-Cola, get you a purchase in, man, from 61 to 68, 69. Let's go. To 66. Coca-Cola to 66. I'll show you why I say that. This is price discovery. That's what it looks like. We had the breakout. This is the old high. It hit the head. Ouch. Came down, got its strength back. Bust through. Retest. Bust out. Retest. We out of here. Retest the breakout. Say, it's inevitable. And then, let me just show you this. Because this is a triangle that's just got confirmation. So from there to there, you gotta beware. Like, okay, come, put your hands in the air. Yeah. From the breakout, where's it gonna be? From there, 73. And then I'm gonna have to clone that, because we're gonna have to, that's what we're gonna sell. Buy low, sell high. Boom, boom, bombastic. Sell all of it. Because it's coming back to do a retest down here at the 65. That's BLAKC INC. I'm out, man.